Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Bundles, and today I'm coming at you guys with another video. This video is all about positive affirmations, positive thinking, changing your mindset and things like that. Before we get started with the video, please be sure to give me a big thumbs up. Make sure to click that subscribe button if you have not done so already, and let's get right into this video. So as always guys, I wrote myself notes, so if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. I always want to be prepared. I mean, not always. Some days I come on here and I'm not really prepared. I just kind of go from my heart and my head. And then sometimes I get thoughts of really great video ideas and I have to jot myself notes down because I want to make sure that I touch on everything that I thought of. So the first thing that I kind of want to say before we even get started is our mind is very, very powerful. How you think can affect so many areas in your life. It can affect your health. It can affect your finances. It can affect not just your day-to-day activities, but ultimately your life. Your mindset is so imperative. It's important in whatever you decide to do. Whether you decide to sell hair, whether you decide to sell cars, having a positive mindset will help you become better in everything, anything that you do. So the first thing that I kind of want to go over with is, building with God. Like I said in my previous videos, I'm not the most religious person. You probably won't catch me at church on Sunday every Sunday. I'm not there. Yeah, I can't say that I'm there, but I can say that I've started my path walk with God. And every day I want to be better. Every day I want to learn something new. Every day I want to become closer to God. Every day I want to inspire other people. I want to fulfill my purpose. So positive affirmations are just pretty much positive things that you can reinforce in your mind, and you can tell yourself to change your perspective and to change your mindset. So I started with building with God just because in order to understand who you are, you must first have to know where you came from. Okay, and it's deeper than just our roots and our family trees and things like that. It starts with God. In order to understand love and to understand truth and to understand acceptance, you do have to know God. And so that's why I'm starting there, building with God, understanding that we're made in his image, understanding that you are truly loved and that you are valued, and that you ultimately were placed here for a purpose. You have a purpose, whether you, like I said, are in church every Sunday or not, because I'm not. You don't have to put on a facade in order to have a relationship with God, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like there's so many people, and I'm not even gonna get into this on this video, but there's so many people that just try to have the image and their heart isn't right. It doesn't matter how good, great of Sunday outfits you have. It doesn't matter how good you can sing in the choir. It doesn't really even matter if you know all the verses. It truly matters. Your heart is what matters in your relationship with God and how you choose to live your life. So the next thing I want to kind of go over is learning yourself. So discovering who you are. It kind of goes back to the first thing that I just mentioned, knowing yourself, knowing where you came from. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know where you came from, you don't know who you are. So it's kind of hard to love someone that you don't know. So just discovering yourself, finding out what you like to do, who you are, what kind of gifts did God put in you, what kind of gifts are you exercising, what kind of gifts are you not exercising, what's your purpose, why were you even put on this earth, what are you good at, what do you want to do, just trying to start jogging your memory and finding out what you are here for. What am I supposed to do? I'm Brittany. I enjoy helping different people. I enjoy inspiring women. What can I do with this? Am I going to decide to just sit in my room and not do anything about it? Am I going to decide to push my gifts down just because I don't feel like I'm worthy enough? I mean, what am I going to do? Or am I going to use my gifts and actually help women the best way that I can at this point, and use my experiences as testimonies, as kind of ways to show you guys, this is what I went through. This is maybe what you may expect if you take the same path, just pretty much finding out who you are, what you like to do, learning yourself. Next thing I want to go over is accepting yourself. So once you learn yourself, once you, discover who you are and you get that, the next thing you have to do is you have to accept yourself. So accepting yourself just simply means, that you understand who you are, where you're at, and you find joy within yourself. I'm not saying that I'm where I would want to be in life. You know what I mean? Like if we could just randomly pick out of a hat of all our successful lives, if we were just playing a game of life, am I where I want to be on that board? Probably not. But I don't want to say I can't look at that. I can always know where I'm going. but still be happy in my now. So pretty much accepting yourself as being happy in your now, being happy with who you are and accepting yourself for who you are. So, you know, the world is going to tell us things like you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're not pretty enough, you're a failure, you know. And if you hear those things enough times, you'll start to believe that. You know, when I was growing up, I was told I was really, really skinny. Like in high school, I was like 99 pounds, literally, and I was 5'8". So you do the math. I was very, very skinny. And my self-esteem started to kind of get lower just because I would always hear, you would be prettier if you were thick, or you would be prettier if you did have a bigger butt, or you would be prettier if you had this, or if you had that, or if your head was smaller, or whatever people want to say, you know. So you start to kind of think of those things. You start to try to hide who you really are and be ashamed of who you are and not accept yourself. So as much as the world is telling us we're not, we need to be telling ourselves that we are. You know what I mean? Like, we are beautiful. I don't have to change. I don't have to be a certain body type for me to be valued. I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do to be accepted, because I accept myself. You know, when we listen too much to what people tell us, the negativity, and we start to believe it and take it to heart, you know, that's when we find ourselves in abusive relationships and broken friendships and one-sided friendships, depression. You know, that's when we just find ourselves in a downward spiral. So always make sure that you accept yourself. The world is not going to accept you. I tell my kids this all the time. I don't want to kind of scare them, but I want to give them the right expectation for when they do go out into the world. This is what you're going out into. You can always decide. Sorry guys, I just turned my car off. But you can always decide how you handle certain things, but you have to know the world is not going to accept you. They're not. So our positive affirmations are reminders of who we are, and we can reverse some of those lies that we hear. You know, someone saying you would be pretty if you were thicker. No, I am pretty how I am now. You know, and you can say that directly to them, or you can just say it to your mind. But it's so important, because when I was younger, I didn't really recognize or even accept, you know, how important hearing things actually was, and why certain music, you know, scientists that have studied that certain music can actually help your child sleep better. Certain music can make you feel happy. Certain music can make you feel sad. People that are really, really deep into music, I love music. What kind of, you know, they do research and they dissect it, and they know there's certain beats and certain tempos of music. You know, music, what you hear is so powerful. You know, it's more than just a melody. It's more than just a beat, but we're spiritual. We're musical creatures. We were created like that. So what we hear in songs, what we hear people say, like everything that we hear, it goes into our subconscious. So we have to be very careful to not only guard what we're seeing, but also guard what you hear and what people tell you. And because you can't control what people say, I can't control someone from calling me ugly. I can't control someone from saying you're stupid. I can't control anyone. But what I can do is I can say, you know what, Brittany, you're not stupid. As soon as someone says that, shut it right back down in your mind, because I need to make sure that my mind is in a healthy state. And I need to know that Brittany never forgets who Brittany is. Because once you forget who you are, like I said before, that's when you find yourself lost in relationships that you sit back and you wonder, like, how did I even get in a relationship like this? In friendships, like, why am I being taken advantage of like this? Or just in crazy situations where you look back and you say, this is not who I am, you know, but you lost yourself. So build with God, learn who you are, accept yourself. And then, you know, some of the positive affirmations that I tell myself is, you are beautiful. You can look yourself in the mirror every morning. You can actually make a checklist, which I think I'm going to do, to make sure right when you're brushing your teeth, when you get done, just like your morning routine, I also need to make sure that not only my outer appearance looks good, but I need to make sure that I'm good on the inside as well. Because if you're not good on the inside, it is going to start to show on the outside. So you want to make sure that you're completely fine. So you're beautiful. You are beautiful. I don't care. And I'm talking to you guys. You're beautiful. Everyone watching this. I don't care what race you are. I don't care how long your hair is. I don't care how big your breasts are, your butt, your body. I don't care. You're beautiful just because you're simply you. You know, God created you in like I said, his image. There's nothing wrong. And I know where a lot of people are thinking, there's nothing wrong with plastic surgery. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with changing your hair. Doing all that stuff is just, to me, it's like just fun stuff. I mean, it doesn't change who you are inside. But But I'm just saying that you don't need it. You don't have to. I don't even want to say need it, because everyone can make their own choice. But what I'm saying is I'm happy with who I am. And if I'm not, I'm going to make sure that I find a way to be happy with who I am, with what I wake up with in the morning. There's more than just one beautiful. Beauty is not only skin deep. Beauty is not only about what you see on the outer appearance. Beauty is also how you carry yourself on the inside. Beauty is how you think. Beauty is how you inspire others. Beauty is how you give back. It's how you help. You can be a beautiful person. And maybe, if someone rates you 1 out of 10, maybe everyone that rates you will give you a 1, but that doesn't mean that you're ugly. You know what I mean? Like, it all depends. The beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. It truly is. And so you can't get wrapped up with, I don't even want to say ignorant people, but it's true. You can't get wrapped up with ignorant people, because people will want, and it's so many different reasons why people don't want you to feel beautiful. It may be because they're intimidated by you. It may be because maybe they don't see that you're beautiful. It could be a whole lot of things that can contribute to someone downing you, but it does not matter. It's not our jobs to figure out why someone treats us this way. What our job is to acknowledge that they're treating me this way, and to figure out what I can do to make sure that I'm not damaged from it. Next thing that I do tell myself, and what you may want to write on your sticky note next to your bathroom window, is I'm smart. Not window, but bathroom cabinet, wherever. But I'm smart. I am smart. Test scores don't determine my intelligence. My parents don't determine my intelligence. My friends don't determine how smart I am. My subscriber count does not determine how smart I am. My pictures on Instagram don't determine how beautiful nor smart I am. I'm smart. I'm always learning. I may not know everything, but I'm smart. What God created in me, what God gave me, the way that I think, the way that I'm able to put things together. It may not be in a way that other people that, can see it immediately. Sometimes even with people that are very, I don't want to say wise, but like really, really smart people, like even Einstein, people didn't really get him at first. Sometimes when you think differently, you start to think like, dang, I'm dumb, or dang, I'm weird, or dang, I'm stupid. No, just because you don't think like everyone else, I would take it, like, now that I'm older, I look at it as a blessing. It's a blessing to think differently. It's a blessing to be able to see beauty in things that other people can't see it in. It's a blessing to be able to feel certain things based on like a song that other people just don't get. It's a blessing to be different, if that makes sense. So saying I'm smart, I am smart. I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm smart. Next thing is I'm fearless. The next thing I say is I'm fearless. So we're at I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I'm fearless. So the opposite of love is fear. God tells us that our enemies use fear to decrease our hope and to try to limit us. Because if you're scared of something, more than likely you either shy away from it, or, you just don't do it. You don't do anything. You just kind of stay bottled up. And we don't want to be scared of anything. In order to start loving ourselves, we do have to step out on faith, do things that we're afraid of, but are necessary for our lives. And some of those things may look like removing certain people from your life, changing the things you watch and listen to, like I mentioned. I think the scariest thing when you're changing is being afraid of losing who's already in your life. And sometimes God has a way of just moving those people out your life. And sometimes you have to make a choice and say, you know what, I need to move these people out of my life. And I think that's where the fear comes in, because it's like you don't really want to let go of certain people. And it may not even be like a boyfriend, girlfriend type relationship. It may be like your best friend who always wants to do certain things, and you do it just because you're friends, but ultimately, like, I should not be hanging with this person. I should not be doing this kind of stuff. It's just not right. But you do it anyways, because you love your friend. You enjoy hanging with your friend. And in order to hang with your friend, these are things that you have to do. I went through that all, through my life. Like I said before, I was someone that stuck to myself. So I really didn't have a slew of friends. And I feel like the reason because of that is because I didn't do a lot of things. The things that kids my age did, I wasn't doing at that time. So it was just kind of hard, like birds of a feather do flock together sometimes. But sometimes there's birds in that pack that really don't want to flock, but they just don't want to be alone. So that's where I'm saying that you have to be willing to step out on faith and be willing to lose some people that are in your life that aren't in the best interest, for you at this time. The next thing I want to, that I tell myself is I matter. I matter. Brittany matters. Telling yourself that you're valuable, telling yourself that you matter, telling yourself that you make a difference and that you're supposed to be here. I think so many people just, with depression, because I've been depressed before, and, with just a lot of stuff that goes on in your life, you kind of start to second guess, like, am I even valuable? Like, is the world even good with me here? Like, what am I even doing every day? Like, I'm just sitting here taking up space. You can start having those thoughts. But then you have to remind yourself, like, that's not true. Like, while you're even having those thoughts, my grandmother used to always tell me, like, while you have any thoughts, while you have thoughts of saying, why am I here? Or thoughts of saying, I'm ugly, or thoughts of saying I'm not loved. Stop those thoughts right there. You don't have to just stop and speak it out loud, but you can tell yourself, Brittany, you're here for a purpose, and you know that. You may not feel it. You may not know the purpose right now, but you're here for a reason. Brittany, you are beautiful. Who cares how your hair looks today? Who cares if your makeup is slayed? Who cares? You are more than just skin deep. Your beauty does not end on your outer appearance. And if anyone that you meet does not want to take the time to get to know who you are as a person, forget the beauty, forget the outside, forget the nails and the whatever else. It's so much deeper than that. Like, when you start to look at the world differently, it's kind of crazy when you look back and you say, wow, these are the things that I used to be worried about. These are the people that I used to entertain. These are the people that I allowed in my life. And you just look like, why? And the reason is because you did not value yourself, or you didn't love yourself, or you didn't think that you were worth something more, or you were scared to cut those people out to get something better. So telling yourself, I matter, I matter. So there are people here on this earth that actually need you. You may not know who those people are personally, but I really believe that everyone's here for a purpose. I really believe that everyone has a job, an agenda here on this earth. I don't think anyone was here just because a big bang happened and dust flew up and, we magically appeared. I don't believe that. I know we were here and we were designed for a purpose. I know there's a reason behind everyone's gifts. Someone can bring you closer to your purpose and closer to God by singing. Someone else's gift may bring you closer to, getting out of depression by just talking. Someone else's gift may be drawing pictures to help alleviate your stress. There's just so many different areas that we all need each other for. And if you're not here, if you're too depressed to do what you're designed to do, or if you're too, beat up from the mental abuse that you've endured all these years, and you can't fully be you, then it's kind of like there's other people that need you. So you you owe it to yourself, but not only to yourself, you owe it to the world to make sure that you're in a good place so that you can continue to help, because you are loved. And everyone, even, I don't care if I don't know you personally or not, if you're watching this video and you're alive today, there's a purpose. Make the best out of your life. Your life is more than just selfies, vlogging, shopping, getting our nails and hair. I mean, life is so much more than that. So really take advantage of your life and what you're here to do. And then the last thing that, I tell myself is I'm worth it. I'm worth being respected. If you're younger, I want to say this, you're worth the wait. I don't want you to have to feel pressured into losing your virginity, or pressured into having sex, or doing anything else that you really don't want to do at this time. You're worth it. You are worth it. When I was younger and I lost my virginity, if I would have knew my worth, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have given it to somebody that I wasn't not married to. I wouldn't have given it to somebody that did not commit their life to me. I wouldn't have given it to somebody that I was not meant or designed for. I would have waited. I would have waited if I knew my worth. So please listen to this, guys. You're not missing anything. Know your worth. Know who you are. You're worth it. You're worth a man waiting for you. You're worth a man respecting you. You're worth finding friends that aren't going to treat you bad, talk behind your back. Like, you're worth that. You are. And you're worth not being called out of your name. Teach my sons every day, because it's very important, especially when you're raising men, to never call anyone, especially a woman, out of their name. You're worth being around people that call you by who you are. I remember this song, Common. I think it's called The Light, but if you have not listened to that song, listen to it. But he said a line in there, and the line was like, I'll never call you my bitch or even my boo. There's so much in the name, but there's so much more in you. That's powerful. You know what I mean? Like, don't even settle for someone that can't see who you are. You are worth it. You are worth it. You don't have to get settled for being cheated on. Oh, well, girl, every man does it. every man's gonna cheat on you anyways. That's not true. Like, I don't know where we get these ideas from, and why as women we start believing these things, but we're kind of our own worst enemies. We tell ourselves these lies. We set ourselves up to be hurt. And then in the end, we get hurt because of the lies that we knew were lies. And we look back like, why do we even do this? Like, why do we do this? We have to change the way that we think, not just for us, but so that we can help other women around us, so that we can help our son. For our sons to say, my mom is the definition of a strong woman. You know, my mom didn't go for this. My mom walked upright. My mom showed us how to be respected. By the way, she was respected. She demanded respect. She was positive. You know, we want to have our kids. It's so much bigger than just me. So it's like, even some days when I lay in bed and I'm like, you know what? I don't even feel like doing anything. I don't feel like doing crap. You know, I just want to sit in here and pretty much sulk in my misery, you know, because if you it starts kind of like with the thought. And if you keep letting a thought grow and grow and grow, you can find yourself depressed. And I'm talking from experience, find yourself depressed like instantly. And I'm like, oh, I can't get depressed. I can't get depressed right now because I have to do something. I have these kids sitting here, and some people can't control it. Some people can. I thank God that, you know, I'm at the point where I can control it, but I'm controlling it because of the things that I'm telling you guys right now. You know what I mean? Like positive thinking, learning who God is, learning who I am, loving myself enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to even put you through this, Brittany. I'm not going to put you through any situations because I love you more than that. And, you know, don't tolerate anyone that does not see who you are. There's a difference between someone seeing you and someone actually seeing you. You know what I mean? Like some people know what I mean. If it happened to you, you know what I mean. There's someone that can say, you know what? I know she's a beautiful girl. She takes care of her kids, and that's why I like her. But there's another person on the other side that'll be like, you know what? I like hanging with Brittany because she's so insightful. She always wants to empower me. She always wants to lift me up. She tries to bring me closer to God. She helps me in a way that makes sense for me. She's not putting on a facade. She's very open and transparent in what she does. She loves music, not just because of the words, but actually because of the tones and the way that her spirit moves to the certain songs and just different stuff. Like, there's people that can see you, but there's other people that will see you. So you have to kind of know the difference and start surrounding yourself with people that see you. And you may not find friends immediately. You know, you may not find a partner immediately. You may not find, you know, what you're looking for immediately, but that's a good thing, because while you shouldn't even be looking. I don't even want to say you shouldn't even be looking. You know, if you're someone that just got out of a relationship, or if you're someone that just stopped talking to a friend or anything like that, like, your main focus is, okay, let's go back to the drawing board and let's figure out how I can love myself. You know, what do I need to do to love myself more, so that if I meet anyone else, or the next time I get in another friendship, I'm not in a friendship where it's just one-sided. I'm not in a friendship where I'm being taken advantage of, because a lot of times we attract the people that, you know, we put out. You get what you put out. And if you are not loving yourself, you will kind of get someone that doesn't love you either. If you're not respecting yourself, okay, you'll get a lot of girls who's like, all right, we're just gonna hang with her, and she gonna buy us drinks, and she gonna do this, and you know what I mean? You'll attract that kind of people, and you'll sit there and wonder, like, dang, I'm such a nice person. I do this, I do that. Why am I getting treated like crap? You have to go back to the mirror, like, Brittany, honestly, do you feel like you're crap? Yeah. Well, how can we change it? It doesn't stop there. How can we change it? That's the good thing. There's always a way to fix it. There's always a way to fix it. So I just want to start a new segment, which is learning to live again, learning to love yourself as a woman, and how to just reteach yourself who you are and what makes you happy, and, you know, how you can become a better you. So I hope this video was very enlightful and inspiring to you guys. I'm going to try to do a lot of different things on my channel, but I really enjoy you guys' support. You know what I mean? And let me know how you guys feel about these videos. You know, as soon as I get something on my heart, I just want to share it with you guys. I know this video is not about hair, and I know that's kind of my thing, but I just want to touch on so many different aspects, because even being in a business, like, your mindset has so much to do with that. The stress level, if, you know, especially if you're dealing with stress at home and stressing your personal life and stressing your friendships and stress in relationships, and then you're opening a business on top of that. I mean, it's just so heavy, and it's just so overwhelming. So even though this isn't directly related to business, I mean, your mindset is related to every aspect of your life. So again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family to subscribe. I really want this family to grow, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.